everybody, Meghan Angley here with Gorilla Sports for the post-game update. The Avs finished out their last regular season home game and could not secure the win in front of the home crowd one final time, at least in the regular season. They fall 4-1 to the Vancouver Canucks. It was a little bit of a lackluster effort, but we kind of knew tonight was going to be weird. Vancouver officially eliminated from playoff contention, and the Avs missing 5 key players: Jonathan Drouin, Ross Colton, Nathan MacKinnon, Ryan Lindgren, Josh Manson, all out of the lineup for the Avs tonight. As a result, we saw Martin Necas return to the lineup, which was great news after a scare in the Chicago game. But he briefly centered the top line as a winger who can sometimes moonlight as a center. This didn't go very well and didn't last very long. The lines were jumbled throughout the course of the night, really testing the Avs' versatility, but as a result, they also struggled to create. Cale Makar described it as trying to create too many high-risk plays. He wants to see them focus on simplifying the game ahead of the playoffs because it led to high-risk mistakes as well the other way. Mackenzie Blackwood had a very human night in net, and I think that's the result you get when you don't have your regular guys firing in all cylinders. They're struggling to create. And you look at the shot share coming out of the first period, for example, and it kind of told the story of how this game was going to go. Some of the only players to register a single shot on net coming out of one period. You've got Wagner, you've got Wood, you've got Gerard, and Malinsky, Keaton Middleton. It was a weird mix of players, and you just didn't see the top guys that were in the lineup really making the impact. I think the puck management on behalf of the top players in the Avs lineup tonight was a bit unsatisfactory for what you'd like to see at this time of year. And Jared Bednar's post-game press conference kind of reflected the disappointment and frustration that he felt from his team's effort. He said that he didn't feel they were skating enough. I think at least through 2 periods of play, especially that second period, which was not very great for the Avs. Vancouver controlled possession. It did look a bit lackluster. I think there was some push in the final power play in the second period, and then into the third period, there was some jump after Logan O'Connor dropped the gloves, but other than that, just not enough for the Avs. It felt like the game was happening to them so much of tonight, and they were just reactive to it instead of trying to create opportunities for themselves and doing so responsibly. So the Avs have a little bit of reflection to do going into the final 2 games of the regular season. They're going to California, LA, Anaheim. Those are teams. LA, obviously a playoff contender. Anaheim in the second leg of a back-to-back. Maybe considered lesser competition, but you want to see the Avs step up, especially knowing they're going to continue resting guys here along the way. It's possible we don't see Cale Makar and Devon Toews play in the games this weekend. Jared Bednar said the Four Nations guys didn't really get a lot of rest, and as a result, they're feeling a bit worn out, especially in this final stretch. So expect some weird hockey from here on out, but pay attention to the storylines of players who have a lot to still prove going into the playoffs to try and earn a full-time spot ahead of Game 1.